Makara, you are the founder and CEO of the Hummingbird Firm. And one of the many leadership roles that your team plays is engaging with communities and working with big projects. When we think about not falling into the shovel-ready trap, meeting the moment and making reparative and restorative investments, and thinking about the many experts, including project sponsors, who were with us in the webinar today. What do people get right and get wrong about engaging with community members? So, I quote Nathaniel a lot, y'all. So we're doing things with, community leaders, not to community.
What they get right is knowing where the sources of good information lie, right? Knowing where the ideas are, reaching out to the groups who have identified the issues, identified the challenges, and have also selected the solutions that match best with the goals of that particular community. There's no new research that needs to be done. There's no data that needs to be gathered. They've already identified what the solutions are. But as Anne said, they don't have the financial resources to pay for the experts to create the pretty mock-ups and the designs of what they want to do. And sometimes they don't have the financial experts to create the spreadsheets and the return on the investment and speak some of that high level language that the government may want to hear about a project. And so they've identified the problems, they've identified the solutions, and then they may get connected with a more resourced organization that's going to help them. So not do it with them, but help them. And sometimes what that can result in, this is the what's not going right part of your answer, Michelle, is that they can get co-opted and their ideas could get absorbed into somebody else's grant application with no attribution, or maybe there is attribution, but then when the $1 million grant is approved and the ink is dry, they're receiving less than 5% of the overall funds to actually implement the project approaches and techniques that they chose, that they know how it's going to best be executed. And so while they are the catalyst, right? Sometimes they then end up being on the sidelines of the very projects that are occurring where they live. And that's hurtful, and it's painful, and it takes a long time to repair those trusts. So then what happens? Oh, well, I can't talk about it because I don't want someone to take it, but they don't end up actually able to do it because they're not talking about it. They don't get the resources. It's like this merry-go-round, right? And that's what we want to get grassroots organizations off of. We want to make sure that they're in environments where someone can work with them, as Nathaniel mentioned, in order to bring these projects that we know are going to be sustainable, build resilience, are going to last for decades and centuries to come. And they've rolled up their own sleeves where they live, and they've been an integral part in making that happen. So that's what's going right. That's what's not going so well. But that end part was what we can do to repair it. And it is going to take a process. But if we're all moving and action oriented, then it's someplace where we can move in the same direction together.
Thank you so much, Makar. You're getting a whole lot of amens in the chat, from people who appreciate, I want to, speaking truth to power. And so very true, and appreciation of your perspective from your experience coming from EPA as well. So thank you.